Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, depending upon where you are in the world. It is Thursday, so this evening is Table Talk Thursdays. It is a weekly event. It's an interactive forum where we get to share ideas. You guys get to ask questions. Here we go. Table. Facebook finally caught up here. Seems like they're lagging a bit when it comes to their Sorry, they're starting of lives. Here we go. Let me pin this comment. All right. So welcome. I see some people already here. So go ahead and say hi. And like I said, I am Elyse Ann Psychic, the Psychic Liaison, Bridge the Unseen. Tonight's topic for Table Talk Thursdays is spirituality the same as religion? And let me see here. I'm just pulling up. Hello, Michelle Keith. How are you? All right. So, hi, Cindy Rose. Good evening. Good evening. Let me know as you're showing up. Say hi. Let me know you're here. Hello, Will. Welcome. And Jen. Hello, everyone. Yeah, I got you. Oh, it was supposed to be a wave, Will, not a number 9. Okay, I'll take it. Hi, Tommy. Hi, James. Hi, Natalie. Tommy says, I love tonight's topic. Awesome. Hi, Brittany. How are you, honey? All right. So tonight's topic, hi, Mary, is spirituality the same as religion? And before we even jump into any of that, I must say a couple things here. First of all, tonight, religion can be a funny kind of subject for a lot of people. To be honest, I've had a slight amount of apprehension with this topic, but I had agreed to it. So I thought, okay, let's just do this. So a couple things before we go forward. Hi, Sandra Dean. I am in no way an expert on religion, to be honest. It's not really about speaking about different religions and so forth. We're just going to look at some of the similarities, some of the differences. And there tonight I just want to say, and I know that the crowd that shows up for my Temple Talk Thursdays are not usually like this. Hello, Angel Heart, welcome. But we're not going to do any bashing, any putting down of religion or anything like that. We're just here to kind of look at the differences. How this came up was a couple weeks ago in one of my lives. One of the participants asked that exact question: is spirituality the same as religion? And I hesitated for a moment because it's really kind of a bigger topic than could just answer in the middle of the live with another subject. So I want to get some of your ideas and comments about this to help me along. And so, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you believe they are the same or if they're different. And let's have a lively discussion about this tonight. We'll see how it all goes. All right. So, Brittany, I feel a little lost with friendship right now. Really just seem like I don't have anyone. Oh, Brittany, I'm so sorry, sweetheart, to hear that. Well, Brittany, I'm not sure if you're Joshua, hello, Lisa. I've been sitting on the edge of committing to religion. All right, well, maybe hopefully tonight's discussion will help you. Brittany, sweetheart, this is not any type of readings tonight. This is not psychic reading night. I have that live on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Arizona time. That's every Wednesday. Plus, I do new last minute lives where you can jump on where we do some psychic mini readings. Tonight, though, is all about having an open interactive forum discussing is spirituality the same as religion. So because I know this is a little bit of could be a touchy subject, I did make some notes so I can go off some of these notes. We're going to keep the discussion on track. And again, it's not which is better. It has nothing to do with judging it. It just is. So say hello. I see there's a lot of people here. Hello, Barbara. So I want to say hi to everyone. I see there's more and more people showing up. Hi, Jeremy. Welcome. Nice to see you. And I just want to say hi and welcome. I'm so glad you're here tonight for Table Talk Thursdays. All right. So Jeremy, I believe religion is man-made. It was religious people who crucified Jesus Christ. Just my opinion. Okay. Dale, hello. Can't really watch, but just want to say hi. Hi, Dale. I always love when you stop in to say hi. Makes my day. So thank you. All right. Hi, Tony. Hi. All right. Well, very, very much off the top here. Um, and yes, Jeremy, hi, Linda Lou. By the way, yes, religion is man-made. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And again, just keep in mind that this is from a very positive standpoint. It's not judging anything or anybody's beliefs. It's just having a discussion about it. So, when it comes to religion versus spirituality, some people would say they are the same. Hi, Schwindy, welcome. Some people would say this that it is the same. Um, However, the way I see it is, spirituality is part of religion, or can be a part of religion. Hi, Crystal. And, has to do with faith and so forth. But spirituality in and of itself stands alone. All right. And the other thing I do want, hi, Angela Noreen, that I do want to bring up, just so you know, this is from my perspective. Okay. And I welcome any and all other perspectives, be it the same or different. So, Tommy says, I believe you can bring spirituality into your religion. Yes, yes, absolutely. Joshua says, I think religion and spirituality is separate, kind of like how indoctrination and human communal thinking becomes learned at such a young age. Well, Joshua, yeah, that is a big part of it. Religion, it's about the it's about a group. It's group based, right? And by the way, I'm looking down because I'm looking at my tablets. I'm without a moderator tonight. Tony's here saying hi. She's only going to be here for a little while. She did share it out for me, so just know I'm kind of managing all these things. So religion absolutely is external. It's the outside. It's defined by man. Okay, and it's an organized set of beliefs, right? And it's like, these everybody comes together when it's a religion, then they follow certain practices and principles and values. And where spirituality, is more about, and by the way, the religion, of course, is external, right? But spirituality is internal and individual. Where religion is external and group based, spirituality is internal and individual, and it's found within, right? And um, so that is one big way that they do differ. Okay. I think you're going to find for tonight that it's going to intermix, and they're going to, sometimes they intersect, at other times they diverge into different directions. So that's the beauty of all this. It's not a finite answer, right? It's not a definitive finite answer. There's all kinds of pieces that go into each of these, right? And it's so exciting because I have found for myself that I know over the years, I'm a very spiritual person. I'm not a religious person. And I have friends from all different walks of life that are in different spaces of their belief system with religion versus spirituality. But I always have said where, lots of times, somebody that I might be speaking to that's more of a religious person, and then I'm more spiritual person, we're lots of times we're speaking a lot of the same language. We're just using different words. And that's also the beauty of it is, whether you believe in a specific religion or not, a lot of religion and spirituality has some of the same concepts. Again, we use just different words, such as, let's say religions will use a terminology for God, or use God, right? And in spirituality we have all different names for it: the I am, the higher oh God, it all just went God. Okay, God. went out of my head in that moment. I was coming up with five different ways we can say God and spirituality, and it all just kind of came together. The higher power, that's what I was looking for, how I got stuck on that. The I am, universal energy, where there's God. And lots of times with religion, it's based upon, an enlightened spiritual being that we're following, or we're following those principles. So let me go ahead here. I'm going to take a brief little stop here, and I'm going to look at some of these comments here tonight. I want to say hi to some people. First of all, let me say hi to Allie. Allie, hello. I think I said hi to Linda Lou already. Allie, you're asking about getting a reading, and this evening, I hope you'll stay with us this evening. But tonight is called Table Talk Thursdays. It is an interactive open forum. We pick a different subject every week. Okay. And we talk about it, we discuss it, we interact about it. So my psychic mini reading live events are every week on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. I also pop in and out and do last minute live psychic mini reading lives throughout the week and weekend occasionally. So please, everyone, make sure you're following and liking my Elyse Ann Psychic page, and you'll receive notifications of when I go live. And make sure your notifications are set to favorites. All right, that way you don't miss out on not only getting notifications of my lives, but my channel card messages on Mondays and Fridays and all kinds of different things. So, all right. Hi, Jean. How are you? Hi, Donna Marie. Okay, let me go back up into these comments. Let's see. Jen, for me, when I am exploring new ideas about different views of spirit, religion is kind of the external practices that illustrate the internal perspectives. I like that. Very well said. Very well said. I really like that. Yeah, I'm kind of taking that one in a little bit. Okay, for Linda Lou, oh, excuse me. Linda Lou says, for me, I believe if God had intended religion, there would be only one, and simply known as love. Well, Linda Lou, listen to that. And very cool. That does walk right into the fact that spirituality really is all about love, and that's all that really truly exists. Where religion can have, there's sin, there's things like that, which I'm going to get into a little bit later in the conversation here. So, yeah, no, I believe in that totally about, it's love. It's all about the love. Jan O'Farrell says, also, I found religion to be guardrails when it gets hard to focus on being spiritual. Religion can be a way to stay present when it's tough. Very cool. I really like that. See, this is the beauty of it. I also have been known to say, as long as somebody has faith, that's the most important thing. I may not be a religious person. I fully 1000% believe in the spirituality. That's how I would describe myself. And yes, I was raised in a religion, not a religious family, but under a certain religion. I just never adopted it for myself. I'm more the spiritual person. But I truly believe to have faith is the most important thing. And that can be found in many different ways, be it the religion or the spirituality, whatever works for any individual. Okay, so very cool. Jean's from Canada. Well, hi, Canada. Hi, Jean from Canada. And Joshua, Elyse, thank you, Elyse, for sharing your beautiful gift. You're so welcome, Joshua. Thank you for your kind words. I very much appreciate it. So let's look at this. Juanita. Hi, Juanita. Welcome. Spirituality is inside job. Who we are, love who we are. Love who we are, love my opinion. Thank you for that. I love that. That's awesome. Spirituality is an inside job. It's the internal. It's from the inside out, where religion is the outside in, right? It's a set, it's a set of institutionalized rules and beliefs and practices. It's given to you to be part of the religion, whatever religion that may be, right? We're told that we need to follow certain rules, follow certain guidelines, observe certain things. be it Lent or be it whatever it may be. Again, it's not about any specific religion. Some religions have fasting in them, and that's all about, you know, in some ways, it's more than just giving reverence, okay? But giving reverence to, be it God, Jesus Christ, Allah, whatever your religion is that you follow. And that's a very, it's outside of us, right? It's looking to this what we might consider, an enlightened being, and to base our lives upon the teachings and beliefs of that enlightened being, if you will, historical or archetypal figure. You've got Christ, Buddha, Moses, Muhammad. Detail. It's really about the religions. Lots of times are based on the details of these enlightened individuals, if you will. It's the details of their life, okay, of these evolved beings. And when we're talking about religion, lots of religions will tend to worship or devote themselves to one of these certain individuals, I guess we would say. Okay. And that's what forms the basis of the practices and belief system. So it's all based on someone else, and someone else telling us how we should, let's say, do things or be, or what we should practice. And again, having belief and having a strong sense of that, I think, is important, no matter how a person may find it. All right. Um, but again, at the same time, when we're talking about spirituality, um, it is our own self. It's our inner self, and only sorry, I just saw a comment. I'll get to that in a minute. Um, okay, so spirituality, like I said, is about our own self, our own inner self, and where we come to an enlightenment of what's best for us. And I read something today, because I do a little research sometimes on these subjects. It just depends on what they are. If I want to learn a little bit more before I'm answering all your questions too, a lot of these subjects I know a lot about. But again, this was kind of a tricky one, and I was a little apprehensive because of again, religion can be somewhat of a tricky subject. But I kind of liked this. This is what I read. It was Spirituality is one's own soul and inner self, right? And religion is based upon the practical application. Um, Let me rephrase that. Sorry. I read it wrong. Okay. Okay. In religion, it's about following in the footsteps of these leaders, these highly evolved individuals. However, in spirituality, it's different. It's the own inner self, right? And this is what I read. With spirituality, it's do not follow in their footsteps. It's seek what they sought. So I really like that. I think that in some ways, and this is again just my perspective on this, um, I think that spirituality, obviously, well, it's obvious too, just in the very definition, but spirituality gives us a lot more um, leeway, if you will, or say so for ourselves on how we may practice it or what feels right for us. See, that's the other piece that's very different. In religion, we are told what's best for us according to the religious practices. And in spirituality, we explore what's best for us. And so there is a difference there too. Again, I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm just talking about, are they the same? Are they different? Again, they intersect sometimes. There's a lot of similarities, but I think they're very different things. So let me look at some of the comments here. Let's see, Jim, where does theology fit in? It's just training. Is that just training religious leadership? That is a superb question. And I'm going to be really honest with you, because that's who I am. You guys know I don't make it up. I don't feel that I am knowledgeable enough to truly answer that question. I would have an educated guess on it, but I don't want to just put out an educated guess in this regard. Would somebody know the answer to that specifically, that has the knowledge specifically? And can you answer that? Because I would love to see the answer too. So Jen, I apologize. I mean, again, I could make a educated guess on this, but I'm not looking to do that in this regard. Theology, it's psychology, theology. You would almost think it's uh, the belief, in some ways, the belief system of, or the set belief system of. Okay, I'm just hearing that and coming out with that. So maybe that is what theology, what the theology is all about. It's really the teaching of it or the practice of it. Someone I would love if fair enough, Jen says, all right. So if somebody wants to look that up and let us know, if you can do a quick Google, I'd be very curious, because that kind of came from spirit and just some of my figuring it out kind of educated guess. So Linda Luce is right on. Okay, cool. That was a few minutes ago. I know that. I saw it go by. Seek what they sought. Isn't that great, Jen? Jen repeated that. And I think that is so awesome, because spirituality gives us ownership. And we have choice, and we can seek what someone else thought um, in that seeking, it becomes a very individualized journey, I guess I would say. Where religion, again, you're handed these practices, these rituals, and this is what's right for you, is what's being told, and that's fine. Again, there's some differences here. Let me read here. What I've got, some really good comments coming in here, so let me pause for a moment and read these. Okay. So Barbara, hello Barbara, welcome. She says, I believe we are all spiritual beings. Some people feel more comfortable with religion. Some people need the rules of religion organized, set out for them. Yes, the church can become like a family to them, a social event. Yes, I agree. Great perspective, great perspective. And you're right. Some people are more followers than taking on, their own for themselves, and that's fine. Again, I even though I consider myself spiritual, not religious, I totally respect and honor anybody else's needs. I have clients who are very religious also. And so great, that works for them. I think it's awesome. Yeah, it does offer some real community and other exterior benefits, a support system that's kind of almost built in, if you will. So I love that. Thank you. Okay. Jean says spirituality is what we come from. Religion is based on what is created here in the physical. I like the way, I like that. Very true. Very true. It is where we come from. It's more the internal. Again, it's our self, right? Where yeah, well, religion is based in, is created in the physical. It's created by man. And so yeah, absolutely, I love the way you worded that. Thank you. Joshua, I feel separation from my physical self, extremely disconnected to social norms and the normal supervised directed direction of life. I feel peace in nature and that I can offer to people and nature and animals, although I have been falling short or not being able to grasp this to its fullest. So I feel peace in nature. Okay. Well, in many ways, Joshua, you are exploring and pursuing your spiritual self. Because that's what it's about. Where do you find inner peace? That's a lot of what spirituality is about. It's creating whatever it is you need for yourself to be at peace. Okay. I'm going to throw happiness and joy in there, right? Tranquility and all the good stuff like that. Um, but yeah, so to me that's very much a spiritual way of going at this. And spirituality gives us an opportunity to gain perspective from within, and it allows us to understand that we have a role, recognize a role in our life, in life, or a role, you know, within life, and that we have greater value than what we do every day. It's separate from the dependence on material things. When people are spiritual, they tend to be looking for a greater purpose or something more that fulfills them. Now, when somebody's religious, they're looking for that fulfillment too, but again, it's the same thing, spirituality is all about the internal, the self, in the sense of, now it is bigger than the self, but in the sense of that we're finding our own way based on what we believe, not some outside source telling us what to believe or what to follow. All right. So let me see. I have a couple other comments here. Barbara, people are where they need to be for their spiritual growth. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I love that. Okay. Hi, Daphne. It's a late night for you, huh? Where you at? Where are you from? So, be curious to know. Here it's getting to be 7:30. So, glad you're joining us, everyone. All right. Did anybody have an opportunity to look up for me on Google theology? I'd be curious to know the definition. I could do it really quick, but that takes me from all of you. So if somebody is willing to take the reins on that one and check and let us know, um, that would be great. Jeremy says if you read the book of Psalms in the Bible, it pretty well sets up the spirituality conversation. Well, very cool. Thank you for that, Jeremy. And like I said, just so everybody knows, I know there's some new people that have popped on, and I said this in the beginning, but I want to say it again. I am in no way a religious expert. Like what Jeremy just wrote is much more than I really know, because I've always been more of a spiritual person than a religious person. And that's fine. I'm just saying this conversation is generalities, and not that one is better than the other. So I'm just throwing it out there so you know and you're prepared. What I'm saying to you tonight is a little bit on my research that I've done, but also just my belief system also, and how I see spirituality, because I absolutely hands down am a spiritual person. That's the way I describe myself. And so with everything I do and all the experiences I've had as a psychic, with myself and with clients, that's what fits for me. And I get immense satisfaction and fulfillment and joy and peace in that. Okay. So hello, Michelle. Welcome. So Jen, okay, a couple people did look it up. So, okay, Jan O'Farrell and Linda Liu, thank you so very much for looking that up for me. So the definition is the study of the nature of God and religious belief. Okay, I like that. Okay. Then there's a little bit more here. Linda Liu added a theology degree. So religious beliefs and theory when systematically developed. Religious beliefs and theory when systematically developed. Interesting, it says systematically developed because, again, that's outside of ourselves. Yeah, it is an academic view of both. I agree, Jen. Let's see. So Will added in here, and thank you everyone for looking this up and giving us this information. This is great. This is why I love Table Talk Thursdays. I learned so much from all of you too. Excuse me, everyone. Pardon me. Say it again, my allergies. All right. So Will Rush, theology literally means thinking about God. In practice, it usually means studying the sources of Christian belief, like the Bible and the creeds, and exploring the meaning of Christianity for today. Awesome. Cool. I like that. Thank you. So there we go. We've gotten some answers to that. I appreciate everybody's help in that. Very interesting. Well, Jen, maybe you get an award. You stumped me. that I know. Believe me, I would never profess to know everything. No way. No way. So, all right. Thank you for that. I love it. Okay. So, um, again, we're about, spirituality is in many ways to establish a greater purpose from within, right? Where religion is, again, it's really the sole purpose. Uh, One of the purposes is to follow the doctrine of someone else. Or spirituality is, I guess, if you want to play it that way, that following the doctrine of ourself. Okay. So, Jen, right? Okay, so it was really interesting after I did all this. I kind of made my list and I put religion on one side and spirituality on the other side to look at some of the differences. What wording maybe religion uses versus what wording spirituality uses. I don't know if you were here when I made the comment somewhere along the line near the beginning of this, that lots of times what's happening is we're saying a lot of the same things, we're using different languaging. Now, the things I'm going to talk about, there are definitely nuances to each of these ways that they're the same and different. Okay, I'm going again from a higher level because this could be probably a 4-hour course if we went into, and kind of fine-tuned all of that. So, Amber. Amber says, I've never been a fan of religion myself, more of a spiritual person. Very cool. Yeah, very cool. One of the things I've said, Amber, though, is I really, this is the way I look at it. I would rather, again, I'm spiritual. I'm not saying that, for me, religion doesn't work. I'm not saying for other people. I would much rather have a person being either spiritual or religious and having some kind of faith, something to believe in. I think that's so important. It's the belief. And if a particular religion's belief and doctrines and practices and rituals resonates with that person, then fabulous. They found where they belong, right? The thing about religion is it stays fairly stagnant, though. Think about that. All of the practices and doctrine and everything else. It stays stagnant. It stays stagnant. Okay. There's no, maybe it wasn't static, it was stagnant. It is what it is, and it doesn't evolve unless maybe, let's say, a new religion is created. Where spirituality is very free flowing and constantly changing and shifting, because it's all about our experiences. Again, there's no one telling us. When it comes to spirituality, there's no one, we look at what feels good for ourselves, what makes sense, what feels good. Hi, Josh. Welcome. How are you? Um, so there's a difference there too. So again, I've got my lists here. I thought it was kind of cool to write them out and just look at it in this way. So, and please feel free to add any of your own ideas and thoughts about the wording and what maybe we use different wording but same meanings in religion and spirituality. So I'm going to start off, and as I read through these some and we discuss a little bit, if you pop up with something in your head, please add it to the comments. I'd love to hear it. Again, I love learning from you guys. This is great. Hi, Allison. How are you, sweetheart? Welcome. Okay, so religion, we talked about this. It is very group oriented, right? It's external. We're being told from the outside, from it's man-made, and we're being told from the outside that okay, I'm sorry, my comments, I apologize. My comments on my tablet stopped. So it threw me off a little bit. Now I got to look at the laptop. So, which is fine, as I was telling you. All of a sudden, my comments are not happening here on my tablet. Okay, so let's see. Linda Lou says, I found religion to be hypocritical amongst the adults in my family. Preached but not practiced. Asking for forgiveness and repeating the same behaviors. And I am sorry that that has occurred in your worlds. I'm going to just touch on this. I'm glad you're doing well, Allison. Thank you. Thank you, Yeah, Joshua. Okay, beautifully said. Thank you. All right. I have to admit, that unfortunately, I believe that hypocrisy is very much alive and well in the human form, in the human state, I should say, as human beings. Hi, Mario, welcome. Why do I say that? To be honest, I must interject and just say that even spiritual people can be hypocritical. There's a certain, you know, walk the walk, talk the talk, talk the talk, walk the walk. And I think in a lot of different avenues, we're not going to pick on religion and or spirituality, but I think the human condition does show some hypocrisy. Yeah. And, again, I want to be very careful. I have my own personal feelings about certain things, and that's not what tonight's about. This is a generalized. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Linda, that's the way you have seen it. Again, though, I can attest to what I've seen in the spiritual community, and there's hypocrisy that goes on there too. I'm so sorry to say. Makes me very sad, but it's true. So unfortunately, so thank you for that, Linda. Let's see, Allison, Sally, that is how a lot of religion is. Oh, hi. And I apologize if I do not pronounce your name correctly. Sidone Shaylin. And maybe Shaylin is your first name. I'm not sure, but welcome. I'm glad you're here. Let's see. I don't like organized religion or the practice of spiritual abuse. A person's spiritual journey is their own right. I agree. I'm not sure about the spiritual abuse. I'm sorry that if you have um experienced that in any way. I'm not sure exactly what you mean about spiritual abuse. I could think of some, excuse me, examples. However, I think, like I was just saying, religion, spirituality, there's hypocrisy, and I guess I would say there's abuse in also in both worlds. Unfortunately, humankind at times is not the nicest. So that's why we put out all of our love and light, right? We show the world through our own actions and attitude and compassion and love. So Linda says that's why I left religion and went on an individual spiritual journey. I love that. Middle Shailene is your middle name. Okay, see, Doan. And I apologize. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, sweetheart, but I'm glad you're here. Okay, so let's see. Jen, agree. Part of having choice is sometimes choosing wrong. And my opinion is that it gets easier to choose wrong when more power is available to an individual. Interesting. Now, if I can address that for a moment. If you guys have been on my lives before, be it readings or have interacted with me, I'm kind of funny about right and wrong. I believe there just is. So maybe in their mind, they're choosing what they feel is correct. So I just want to point that out. I'm just saying. But when we give our power away, that opens up a whole nother ball game here, Jen, because when we give our power away, that's right. It can cause us to make decisions maybe that are against our best interest. When the outside world is telling us how to be, are we having say so in it? And again, this is not about putting down religion. It's just looking at it from perspective of all this and energetically and the individual and how they fit in and so forth. And is spirituality the same as religion? And they're very different in many ways. They intersect, but they're very different in many ways. Excuse me again. So I think, yes, that does come up to our own individual power or empowerment or boundaries. We can be much more influenced. It's kind of like, sociology, crowds or groups have a huge, influence. The mob effect, or however the exact terminology, I don't remember. It's been a long time since I was in university. I did study psychology for one semester. But it has to do with the mob mentality. There we go. The mob mentality. That's the words I'm looking for. Thank you, Spirit. My spirit team's right here with me. They feed me words sometimes, especially when I'm in a loss for words. I love it. So Allison says everybody can be hypocritical. It all comes down to how people see things spiritually, excuse me, spirituality. I agree, Allison. I think, the one thing is spirituality, because it is so individual. You may have, conflicting or opposing viewpoints, but that's the same in religion. So, gee, as human beings, don't we just do a number on ourselves? It's like, but yeah, okay. Sidon says that is to say, if you don't do ABC, you burn in hell for eternity. Well, that was part of what I was going to start to talk about, hell and heaven and all that. But I love reading all these comments here. Okay, yes, understand. Choosing the path that is not according to love. Oh, Jen, I love that. I just love that. I love the rewrite. Thank you. Allison, spiritual abuse is in the way that people seem to think it is very taboo or negative, because some people, like my mother, for instance, tends to see things like feeling, seeing, talking to spirits is wrong. Well, yeah. I've been called a few things along my path, and I'm just like, that's your opinion, okay? And I just walk away from it. Yeah, I've been told quite a few different things, some from family. And that's okay. They have their belief system, and I'm not going to argue with them about it. But I know who I am. I know my experiences. I know I'm in my skin. I'm in my soul. I am my soul. I'm in my body, and I know exactly who I am. And that is a psychic. Cannot separate it. And if you want to call me a charlatan and doing the devil's work, I've been told all that. I'm like, you know what? If that's your belief system, fine. Just don't spew your hate at me. I mean, it's sad. It's kind of sad. I'm very much a live and let live kind of person. You do you, I do me, and as long as we're not hurting anybody, doesn't matter, right? That's the way I look at it. But yes, Allison, I know there are people out there, and I've actually had people come on my lives. This one woman, after the live came on, and called me a charlatan, and I just messaged her and said, just please take your hate somewhere else. I'm doing God, I'm doing the work through love. So, what do they say? Well, there's a different word that the saying is, kill them with kindness. I don't like the word kill. So hit them with kindness, right? What are they going to do? That's, I'm not here to prove anything. So very cool. Thank you for that. Okay, Jean, I've learned from reading books by James Van Praagh, Kim Rousseau, etc., that we don't go to hell, but different levels in heaven, depending on what a person learns here in the physical. All right. I have heard some of that when it comes to the levels. I may look at it a little differently. I'm not sure I would look at levels. That's me, though. You see, that's the beauty of spirituality. I'm not negating what they're saying. I would just use probably different terminology. So you see, that's the beauty too. We have the freedom as individuals, right? When we're a spiritual person, we don't have a religion dictating what it is we need to think, do, say, feel. Okay. So I think that's awesome. Barbara says sometimes we make wrong choices to help us grow and awaken to who we truly are. Is there a right or wrong? Only is. Correct. That's what I'm saying. There only is. I believe in opportunities. I don't believe in mistakes. I believe in opportunities to grow and learn. And that's all it really is about. I mean, I could go on forever on that topic, because it's all about, contracting and growing and enlightening and all of that. So it only is. So I like that. Thank you. Joshua, none of that, just beautiful energy. Oh, thank you. Times are changing, Elyse. You're ahead of your time. Oh, really? You think so? In what way? I never saw myself that way. Cool. That I kind of like that. You care to elaborate? Um, wow, I like that. I don't think you're the first person kind of to say that to me. So I'm like, in what way? I came from a family, though, that my parents were very forward thinking. So maybe that's um, the experience that I've had that they impressed upon me. So Linda Lou says, I've now learned to listen to my own individual spiritual code as a manifestation of source experience. Very cool. I like that. I like that. I like that. So let me fix this here for a minute. I seem to have had an issue with my live on my. Okay, it caught up. Okay. The comments had disappeared and then I upped it again to see if they would come back and they did. So that's cool. It's easier for me to watch off my tablet than on the laptop because the laptop comments, they disappear so quickly. So, okay, cool. I love this. I love this. I love this. Isn't the empowerment very cool though? I mean, to be able to kind of, take the reins and be your own person and develop what you feel works for you. That's what I love about it too. So, religion and spirituality. Okay, let's look at this a little bit. Like I said, I wrote a little list of, similar, different. So let's talk about like religion. They talk about God or Jesus, the Holy Father, the Holy Spirit, excuse me, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We talk about in spirituality, when I say we, because that's what I identify as, a higher power or the I am. Okay, so there is a little bit of difference on that. Excuse me. And okay, it looks like maybe my tablet is not behaving after all. Okay, so sorry, got distracted. I'll look at that comment in just a moment. Okay. Um, so again, remember I said that we're using lots of times we're speaking, we're saying the same thing but using different languaging, right? Not all of this fits in there because some of it's just very different at the way we look at it. We both, religion and spirituality both have faith. So there's a similarity, right? At least we would hope that we have faith in both of them, right? Um, Again, we talked about this many times. What's the difference? Well, religion is external, it's group based. Spirituality is internal and individually based. Religion, we just had this whole conversation, right, about heaven and hell, right? Going to heaven, going to hell. And that the way I see it in spirituality is more karma. I don't believe our souls get sent somewhere bad or good. Again, there too, I don't believe in bad or good. There just is. But religion has it as heaven and hell. But if you were to kind of mirror and look, well, there's some karma here. Again, there's a lot. So it's in many ways a different energy because there's no judgment involved. See, religion is there's a lot of judgment. It's based on judging, right? If you don't do these practices, if you don't, just like somebody said in the comments, I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly who it was, but if you don't do it this way or you don't do this, then you're going to go to hell, and that's eternal punishment. So there's a lot of judgment here, where spirituality is non-judgmental in many ways. We believe not to judge others because it's a negative vibration. And when we talk about heaven and hell, let's talk about karma. Same but different, very different, because it takes in many ways it does take the judgment out. It just karma is just all just really a reaction to your actions and or words, thoughts, so forth. And so some religions talk about eternal damnation, where spirituality, you have the opportunity over and over and over again to enlighten and to reach that non-judgmental place and to grow and expand so that you become the pure love that we truly are. So there's a difference there with that. Let me see here. Jean says, I too have received messages from spirit and passed the messages on and they were confirmed. Very cool. Very cool. Allison, I believe that all religions actually have a lot of truth in them, and I find eventually all comes back to one source, God, entity. Cool. I come from a very strong Christian background on both my mom and dad's sides, but my grandfather was psychic, but I'm not sure if he ever fully developed his abilities or not. He passed when I was 7. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, sweetheart. But how cool to have a psychic grandfather, huh? That is cool. Um, yeah, you're right. I mean, it is based, all religions come back to God's source, some entity that they can focus on. So there's a lot of similarity there because most spiritual people believe in the I am, God source, whatever you might want to call that. So there's the parallel there. Jen, it's a new age, right? It is a new age, right? All this awakening, all these issues being brought out so we can fix them. It is the beginning of a new future. I may be off on a new age tangent. No, I love it. It's true. Right now is very, very huge push for all of us to heal. And there is a reason for all of that too, which we can get into another time. By the way, I am always looking for topics, you guys. This is for you. I'm here to share what I know, what my experiences are, what my knowledge is. Besides you guys sharing with me, but you have the opportunity to ask me questions. What topic do you want to know about? What do you want me? Well, let's have a discussion. Let me know because I look to you guys to help me to decide what topics I'm going to do every week. I can come up with the ideas, but it's for you. What do you want to know from me? So help me out. Drop it in the comments if there's something you want to discuss. Or private message me. I'd love to know from all of you. All right. So no, that's great, Jen. It's true. There's definitely a shifting happening, very, very deep level. Okay, Linda Lou, absolutely been on this journey for 11 years now. Awesome, Linda. It's a beautiful, beautiful journey. So that's so cool. Okay, Joshua says, hell does not exist, just a moment of learning, I bet. Oh, interesting, Joshua. I like that perspective. A moment of learning. Hmm. I like that. Okay, Jen, not fixed. Decide how we want our future to be, how we treat each other and the planet. Yes. Again, my new age belief showing. Woo woo. No, that's exactly correct. It is. How do we want our future? How do we want to treat each other and the planet? Absolutely. Part of why we're all being pushed so hard to dig so deep and heal. I don't know about all you, but man, oh man, has it been a ride. Some of it, but I'm blessed to go through it and to have come to where I am. But some of it I could have had come to me a little different. Yeah, I signed my own contract for this lifetime. What was I thinking? Sometimes I think that to myself. Anyhow, okay. Angel Heart, so true about karma. Cool, thank you. Hell, heaven is based on fear and control, in my opinion. Yes, I do agree. It is based on fear. Eternal damnation. That is very fear based. Religion does tend to be fear based, where spirituality tends to be love based, right? It's all about the love. So, great. I love that. I love that. Okay, so many variations of creation to be sent to hell. So many variables. Yes, Joshua. I agree. Okay, see, Joan says, I am butchering your name. I just know I am. Forgive me. Thank you. Exactly. The man who warned of the wolf in sheep's clothing was just that. Yeah. It's all about fear. It's just all about fear. Okay, Diana. Hello, Diana. I never liked how religion is, we're judgmental towards other religions. I've always been more of a spiritual person. Well, religion is based on fear, judgment, dogma, unfortunately. But listen, some of that works, it works for people, and that's all that matters. I'm not here to judge it. That's just my perspective. But it is based on judgment. Because if you're given a preset um, guidelines, if you will, of practices and what you can in doctrine and all of that, then it is based on judgment. Because if you don't do that, you don't follow it, then you're not a good Christian, you're not a good Catholic, you're not a good Muslim, you're not a good Jew, you're not a good, whatever it may be. And that is all based in judgment, which is negativity. So yeah, very big difference. So again, religion is group based, spirituality is individually based, right? Um, and so when we're a religious person, you think in terms of the group. Where in spirituality, you think in terms of yourself. However, there is a group also, which is the collective, because we know our actions as spiritual people do affect the collective. So in some ways, that's different, and in some ways, it's very much the same. And so religion is about believing, spirituality is more about being. Believing is part of it, but your being, that's spirituality, is just being who you are meant to be, what you're comfortable with. Um, so let me see here. I had a few other notes here. I know I had one other thing here that I was going to talk about with that. Um, or did I cover it? Okay, so yeah, one other thing also when it comes to religion, it's about, we've talked a lot about this on and off, but it's about sin. Religion talks a lot about sin, right and wrong, sinning. And that is a lot of fear, a lot of judgment. You're going to go to hell if you do this, or what excuse me. But again, in spirituality, there really are no mistakes. There's just opportunities. So there's a lot, again, I think one of the biggest differences, to be honest, to me, especially as we've gone through this discussion, to me, this is my belief system. Religion is based in judgment. Spirituality is based in non-judgment. At least we hope it would be. So to be a true spiritualist is to be a non-judgment. Now we're human. It's okay. We are. So, it's not about being a perfect person. It's not about, any of that, because that's an impossibility. We're all perfectly imperfect. And isn't spirituality and even religion about growing and becoming more connected, if you will? So they both serve a very important purpose. It just depends on what works for a person. So let me look at these couple other comments here. Jean says, I've learned that our soul chooses what lessons do you want to learn here in the physical world? Oh, yes, my dear. That was a topic one week, not that long ago, about soul contracts and the choices we make. If any of you are interested at all of my lives, when I do my psychic mini readings, but also my table talk Thursdays that I've been doing for quite a lot of months now, they're all on my page. So if there's a certain topic you're wondering about, all of the videos are labeled with a title of the subject for our Table Talk Thursdays if you're interested in looking at them and learning a little bit more. So C. Dion says, Joanne. Oh, I feel like I'm going to have to video chat you to find out how your name is really pronounced, sweetheart. I don't judge, but I do feel sad for them. Okay, nothing wrong with that. I would love to see everyone have a spiritual life. It has brought me such massive joy, such massive peace. I used to be an immense warrior. I don't anymore. I'm just so spiritual. I trust my spirit team. It's just a beautiful place. I love my life in so many ways. It's just so fabulous. And this is not something I was born with, in the sense of, like, I knew this spiritual path. I've always been psychic. That's much different in many ways. So, okay, Jen, interesting. Would we consider a solitary Wiccan a religious person? Of course, spiritual, but there are practices and rituals. Well, very interesting. Um, so would we consider a solitary Wiccan a religious person? Yes, because it does have the practices and rituals, and Wiccan is considered a religion. Now, it's based on a lot of spirituality and nature. So, if you want to put it on a spectrum, I guess, religion over here, Wiccan, and then spirituality. But a lot of what defines something being a religion are certain practices and rituals that are laid out specifically. Like for spiritual people, we may meditate, and there are tools and ways to do it, but we don't have to follow that to be part of spirituality. Or we be considered not spiritual. So Allison says, from what I was told, my dad's dad, knew my mom was pregnant before she even knew herself. She just had thought it was a possibility she could have been pregnant. Oh, cool. Okay, I agree with that. Okay. See, Joanne, absolutely. With that comes a lot of internalized shame, and that just isn't right. Yeah, I get you. If we are a brother's keeper, why does religion judge when our brothers sisters need help? Well, good question, Linda. And there we circle back to, again, I'm not here to bash religion in any way. Please understand. But in that way, we can look at it and say, well, is that hypocrisy? I know that's some of the reason why people turn away from religion. They feel it is hypocritical. So Barbara says, many years ago, I attended a church. I even taught children's Sunday school. It helped me to find my spirituality. I left the church. I thank the church for assisting me on my spiritual journey. Well, that's awesome. Just like I said somewhere in the live towards the beginning, as long as someone has faith, to me, it's much more important for somebody to have faith or find their spirituality, whether it's in a spiritual way, spirituality or religion. I think it's just important to have that belief and that faith and that connection. So I hope that made sense. Joshua, thank you so much for the beautiful messages. I'm interested in what the frog and magician outlook have. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that. Oh, first ever tarot cards drawn. Oh, I'm not really sure what you're asking me though, Joshua. I apologize. Um, are you I'm honestly, I'm a little not sure. So if you want to reword it, I'll see if I can answer it. We are going to start to wrap up real soon here. We are hitting the hour. But I'm not really sure. You're asking me what they really stand for because I have to be honest. I don't know. I don't know. The one thing about me is this. I have never used tarot cards. I have a deck, but for me, I do not read them as, let's say, the textbook meaning. I use oracle cards, and really, most of the information I get is not even really from cards. I just open up and Spirit gives me the information. So when it comes to tarot, I know about them. If you held up a card and said, "What does this mean?" I might know a few of them, but that's it. So I'm not really well versed on tarot cards. So, but if there's a specific one, I'm interested. I'm going to look that up after the live too and see. So, Jean says, if or when we feel like judging instead, we need to remember that their soul has chosen different lessons. Absolutely. And we never know what has precipitated their decision. What is their life journey like? People make decisions based on their needs in the moment. And so, how do we know if this person is a desperate soul? I mean, we don't know. So, yeah, we all have chosen different lessons. Absolutely. Spectrum, I like that. Frog and the Crow Magician. Huh. I don't know, Joshua. That's really a great question. So, Sidione asked what deck. So maybe we've got some answers here. Let me read the rest of the comments here. Jen saying they threw me out of being a Sunday school teacher for obvious reasons. Oh, Jen, I can so see you doing. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. Okay, there we go. Woo! That's pretty funny. Okay, Linda. Let's not ever forget that women who practiced nature religion were seen as witches and burned alive at the stake by religious leaders of the day. Well, yeah, there's a lot of bloodshed that has occurred in the name of religion. Very sad, very sad. But again, this is not about bashing religion. We all have our own opinions. I'm not. I'm not against religion. If it works for someone, all the more power to them. All right. So, gosh, you guys, I am like so thrilled. The hour has flown by. Um, and I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone. This was great. I must admit, I was a bit apprehensive and a little nervous about this subject. And like, I don't know where we're going to go with this, but I trust my spirit team. And I was talking to them a bit today before the live, and I'm like, okay, guys, I know you got this. It'll go perfectly. And it absolutely did. I just absolutely love all the interaction, all of the thoughts and sharing that you did. Yes, Jen. What do you mean? Wait, we're done? Yeah, it's after 8 o'clock here. The hour is done. So I know all of these topics have so much to them. We could go on forever. But you know what? We can revisit topics. And again, let me know if there are any topics that you want, different ones I've done already. what have we, excuse me. And I just want to say to each and every one of you, please make sure you're following and liking my Elyse Ann Psychic page and that your notifications are set at favorites. Um, because you'll get notifications of when I go live. I do this Table Talk Thursday every week. I do psychic mini reading lives, last minute ones, and scheduled one on Wednesday. I post channel card messages Monday and Friday. I do all kinds of posting in between. And just, please invite your friends to the page. Let them take advantage of everything I have to offer. And while you're at it, I just want to mention, go visit my website, ElyseAnnPsychic.com. Sign up for my email list. It's on the home page where you can sign up. And exclusive for my email list, I send out every month a 3-card channel message just to my email list. So go ahead and join that. You'll be one of the first to know about specials and events and anything else I want you to know about. And also learn about more about me, learn about who I am and what brought me into this journey of becoming a psychic and doing this for a living to help people. This is absolutely my purpose. And while you're there, check out all the services I offer. I not only do one-on-one private sessions. I clear space. I space clear. Yes, it can be done remotely. I do not need to be there. I'm an energy healer, Reiki master teacher. I'm a medium, pet communication. I do all kinds of different things. So I hope you go check out my website, take a look at that, and learn more about me, like I said. And then I am going to read a few more comments before I sign off. And Jean's like, I know, right? When she said, oh, are we done? Cindy Rose says, much love, well presented. Thank you forever. Oh, Cindy Rose, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, Joshua, thank you. My wife received the tarot card, the frog, which absolutely matched what is currently happening in the now. I received the magician. Oh, okay. I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know, honey. I'd have to look it up. So, Angel Heart, this was perfect. Thank you, Elise, and everyone. I enjoyed all of these comments and discussions. Thank you, Angel Heart. Linda Lou, you were awesome on this subject. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Watch on replay, I think is what you meant, Cindy Rose. You wrote watch on record. I think you meant watch on replay. After this is done, it will be posted, and I leave my videos up, especially my table talk ones, for a very long time, so you can revisit this at any time. Angela, Noreen, this was a great topic and I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for all of your insight. Love these nights. Thank you. Jean, thank you. You're welcome. Joshua, okay, I'm sorry, sweetie, you can't explain it in time, but you're welcome, Joshua. Diana, following for sure. Cool. Linda Lou, Akashic Records would be a great topic. Okay, I like that. Cindy Rose, a treasure of sharing wisdom. Oh, you guys, thank you, thank you. Frankie, hello. Thank you so much for your time. Well, you're welcome. You are so welcome. Okay. Yes, good one. Okay, Akashic Records. I think it's on my list, so maybe I'll look at that for next week. Let's see what happens. All right, amazing energy. Thank you, sweetheart. Will, you have a great night too. Thank you, thank you. So, to everyone that was here tonight, this evening, and to all of you who support me throughout all of this, thank you so very much. I'm so blessed and honored every day to be of service, to be able to live my purpose, and to help people along their journey. And so I hope I'll see you again all real soon. And have a great rest of your evening, morning, or afternoon, depending upon where you are in the world. Much love and many blessings to all of you. Good night. Thank you.